Hi, Rick Seymour. Have you ever been up high on a mountain peak or high on a big ship where you've been able to see the horizon? Here's my question. Is the horizon a real thing or just a mental construct? What happens as you sail toward the horizon? It continues to move away and you can never get there. You never seem to get any closer. As you continue to sail toward the horizon, it's difficult to see how far you've gone. But what if you look back over your shoulder at the shoreline? It's very easy to see how much progress you've made. What does this have to do with goal setting? Well, we all need to set big, lofty goals to inspire us and to motivate us. We need a strong purpose to help us through the difficult times and give us a reason to continue to strive for something better in our lives. But there will be times when we seem to be making little or no progress toward that goal because by a daily measure of progress, our steps can seem just so small. The big goals are what I call horizon goals. At times it may seem like we're just not getting any closer, and they may even become a demotivator instead of a motivator. That's why it's important to create activity goals that will move you in the desired direction. You see, it's not enough to just have the big lofty goals and hope that somehow magically all the powers of the universe will align themselves to help us get there. We must define the actual activities that are required to achieve the goal, to achieve the desired result. What are the things that we need to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis in order to make it happen? We can measure the activities. We can know on a day-to-day basis whether or not we're doing what we committed to do and are staying on track. We will know whether or not we're making any progress. You see, those daily activities that are required are like the shoreline. We can see where we are relative to where we started, and as a result, it's much easier not to become discouraged. What makes it work for us is that we have a reference point where we started that we can measure against. And the point is that we need to measure. Measurement in and of itself can be a motivator. Let me give you an example. Suppose for the next year, at all sporting events, we remove the ability to measure the outcome. We take down all the goalposts, the baskets, the bases, the nets, etc. And for 1 year, you'll have no way of knowing who is winning. How exciting will that be to watch? Or even participate in? Sounds pretty boring, doesn't it? What keeps the game exciting? It's the ability to measure and see how you're doing. This is one of the other reasons that we have to measure. Suppose you know exactly where you want to go, your goal. You have the activities required to get there, a well-defined map, if you will. You need to know where you are relative to the goal and activities so that you know what and how much more you need to do. You see, you can have the best map in the world, but if you don't know where you are on the map is worthless to you. I encourage folks to always have a 90-day plan that they review every week. Why 90 days? Why not 1 year, 3 year, or 5 year plan? Because 90 days is about as far out as most of us can envision and define specifically what it is that we intend to achieve toward our horizon goals, if you will. If you review it every week, measuring your progress, you can make small adjustments required to stay on track and be as effective as possible. You see, we all need those big horizon goals, those big goals that motivate us. But just as important is defining the activities required to get there and then measure those activities frequently. If you would like additional information or resources on this or related topics, go to godinyourgoals.com.